In the quiet corridors of Newcastle United's training ground, something is starting to simmer. Rumours, exchanged glances, names emerging that very few would dare imagine returning to Tyneside. But what if one of those academy talents who left early now rises again? For Geordie supporters, there's a sense that something grand is about to happen. And in this video you'll discover what could shape the future of our club's midfield. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button. Every subscription helps us grow and cover everything Newcastle with full force. At the heart of every great squad is the midfield, and Newcastle's, assembled by Eddie Howe, is, truth be told, the envy of many Premier League clubs, featuring heavy-hitting international stars like Joelinton, Sandro Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes, and bolstered by top-tier youngsters such as Lewis Miley and Jacob Ramsey as highly capable bench options. This may well be our strongest department currently. Recent news about Tonali's contract extension, potentially keeping him at Tyneside until 2030, means we could enjoy a world-class midfield for the rest of the decade. On the other hand, with towering Joelinton approaching 30, the natural evolution calls for us to look ahead, and when talking about the future, one name ignites hope and mystery among fans. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Make sure your bell is on to never miss an in-depth Newcastle analysis. Elliot Anderson. Yes, the young talent, born in Whitley Bay, developed at Newcastle's academy and currently at Nottingham Forest, is back on the Magpies' radar. According to reporter Mark Douglas from The Eye, the prospect of returning to Newcastle excites the player himself, and the club's management has been seriously exploring the idea. Here is where it all unfolds. Anderson, now 22, has earned admiration from both Howe and the new sporting director Ross Wilson, who even came from Nottingham Forest, and the St James Park club is reportedly assessing the scenario. However, it won't be a simple deal. The estimated cost sets a high barrier that demands strategic decisions. To understand this context, let's go back to how Anderson arrived at Forest. He was sold by Newcastle in the summer of 2024 for around £35 million. This departure was partly driven by the Premier League's Profit and Sustainability Rules (PSR), requiring the club to generate transfer revenue to meet financial criteria. At Forest, he has developed impressively, establishing himself and attracting attention. Now let's talk numbers. Sources indicate the price to bring Anderson back would be around £70 million or more. This figure, for many, exceeds the original fee, reflecting both the player's growth and Nottingham Forest's strong negotiating position. Back at Newcastle, the midfield remains strong, but the window of opportunity for renewal or reinforcement never closes. Anderson would fit as a player familiar with the club, carrying Geordie DNA, with potential to grow. St James Park's decision-makers know this. The challenge is convincing the Saudi owners, the Public Investment Fund (PIF), to release such a sum. Naturally, for supporters, the question is, will Anderson want to return? At Forest, he plays a starring role, featuring regularly, and is approaching England call-ups. It isn't trivial to give all that up to repeat the transition. Newcastle must sell the plan convincingly, strategize wisely, and perhaps leverage the local emotion as an argument. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, now is the moment. Names like these don't stay quiet for long, and on this channel, we'll cover every move, every rumor, every confirmed source about the future of our club. And there's more. Anderson, at his new club, shows versatility operating in midfield and further forward, with impressive stats in recoveries, attacking entries, and chance creation, making him a highly sought-after piece. So, we have the scenario. A midfield already powerful, yet with clear planning for the future. A player who grew at the club, was sold, developed, and now appears back on the radar. A hi-fi reflecting current market value. A club with resources and ambition, and fans waiting. How could this potential transfer impact Newcastle? On the sporting side, Anderson could play a key role in the coming years, easing the physical load on Joelinton, preparing natural succession, and enabling top-level rotation. Symbolically, it would be the return of a local talent always resonating with supporters. However, from a financial perspective, there are challenges complying with Premier League financial rules, justifying the investment to the controlling fund, and integrating the player without falling into the cycle of selling youth prematurely. Newcastle must balance ambition and sustainability, and that is the test Anderson represents. And what does this lead us to conclude? Perhaps that, in the end, it isn't just about bringing a name back, it's about ensuring that name fits the current project, Howe's philosophy, and the club's financial reality. If all aligns, we could be witnessing a major behind-the-scenes move, a maneuver capable of shaping the decade for the Magpies. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll track every rumor, every official statement, every market move involving Newcastle United, because for us fans, these stories aren't just transfers, they're symbols of identity, future, passion. If you haven't activated the bell, do so now. Don't miss what's coming. The main source for this video is Mark Douglas' report in The Eye, with complementary data from TM Talk, Newcastle World and Nottingham Forest News, all confirming the fees, absence of buyback clause, and declared desire to return. We are potentially witnessing the Anderson case that could shake the Magpies market. Only time will tell if it materializes and if the club has the courage to make it happen. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.